Let's make a hard-boiled egg. It seems very simple. A couple of tricks about it. Number one, put it in the boiling water. Set your timer for 13 minutes. And it's not necessary, that one was cracked, so we'll put a non-cracked one in there. Not necessary to put salt in the water. That's a fallacy. That doesn't help the peeling at all. And once the water is boiling rapidly, no reason to waste gas, because simmering and boiling, it's the same temperature. So just lower it down to a simmer. And if you put the lid on, it will keep all the heat in there. And you come back in 13 minutes. I will take this pot, pour off the boiling water, fill up the pot with cold water, and 5-10 seconds later, peel the egg very simply, because the egg is still warm. So the shell hasn't had a chance, if you let it get too cold, to just stick to the white again. Makes sense, doesn't it? And if you plan on using the hard-boiled egg for other things like stuffed eggs or chopping up the eggs for a decoration, you want the yellow to be pure yellow, not with that gray haze around it, which after you chop it up, you're going to see the yolk is much darker, so that's not appealing. So this 13-minute egg should be just perfect for that. If you cook it a few more minutes, if you're having hard-boiled eggs, it makes no difference if you're going to just eat them. It's not necessary afterwards to cool off the egg in ice water or to start the egg off in cold water. If the water is boiling, just put the egg in, set the timer, take the eggs out, peel them, you're done. You don't have to wait and to see when the water starts to boil if you should put it in cold water first. So this is like, oh, my water's boiling, now I put the eggs in, set the timer, case closed. Now whether the eggs are very fresh eggs or have been in the refrigerator for a couple of weeks, as long as you peel the egg while the egg is still a little bit warm, it should peel with no problem. It's the allowing the egg to get ice cold makes it more difficult to peel. We know there are recipes that tell you to place the eggs in cold water, wait till the water to boil, so that means that you have to be standing around and watching the water and waiting for it to boil, and when it boils then set the timer. Isn't it much easier to put a pot of water up, let it boil, you don't have to watch it, just come back in maybe 10 minutes where you see the steam coming out of the pot, or you forget about it and you come back in 15 minutes. At least there's your boiling water, throw the egg in, time it, and you're done. Well, I just threw off the boiling water, filled it up with cold water, and 10 seconds later we're going to see how it peels. Right off with no problem. There you go. Now let's cut it open and see the color of the yolk. See, that is perfect. You don't see that grayness around the edge of the yolk, so you have a perfectly cooked large, not extra large. Now if this were extra large eggs, I would give them another minute. So you have a perfectly cooked large egg in 13 minutes that can be used for a variety of things.